Okay, so I'm just wondering, in coming to counselling, what is your main goals or objectives, and what would you like to get out of this?
I think maybe I mean it's helpful to talk about it. I think
Absolutely,
with like
yeah.
a safe space because it's hard to talk with family because they bring on their own things to the table, or
Yes.
they'll be like, some of my family members don't see how she is, and I feel really invalidated. And then with my mom has her own issues she's trying to work through with my grandmother, so she'll bring that onto the situation. And it's just, it's kind of a heavy topic to talk with friends sometimes. So I think being able to process, I'm a pretty verbal processor, so I think
Yes, yeah.
getting it out and processing it. But I also think like ways to cope, or ways to, like strategies, I guess, to help me when I'm in this circumstance, or, healthy boundaries or healthy solutions. Because I often feel like I should remove myself from a situation, and I don't, and I regret it afterwards because I worry like I should have walked away, but I didn't have the strength, or I didn't have the confidence or whatever. And I'm a very confident person, but there's something about my grandmother and my aunt as well, because I have a bad relationship with my aunt, that they just take it out of me, and I just become like, I don't even know, like a little child. I feel like I'm a little kid again. And so I guess like coping or tips or things that I can do.
Yeah, absolutely. And you mentioned before about your grandmother, sometimes speaking in a certain way or making a remark that isn't true or fair. And I really think one tool we could start to look at is addressing this on the spot, and pausing to think rationally, not to lose your temper, but just questioning it and querying it. That will help, I believe, improve your self-esteem. Instead of just letting it lie and just taking it on and not talking about it and suppressing it as you have, maybe just confronting in a just a calm way. You might start to gain a bit more respect. You mentioned as well that when you did stand up for yourself and set boundaries, your grandmother kind of took a step back and said, "Oh, what's going on here?" and the relationship improved. I think that would be another way for you to really start, again, just building your self-esteem and showing her that you're not going to stand for that. And if the conversation's going to go that way, I'm going to walk away because, again, you mentioned that you've compared the relationship with some friends, relationship with their grandmother, and that this isn't normal, and you're better than having to deal with that and take that on. So I really think knowing when to walk away, knowing when, hey, this isn't right and I'm not feeling good, because that helps balance your guilt again if you do make an effort to see her, but it goes askew because of how she's behaving. You've still made that effort, and you're doing right by yourself by walking away when it starts to feel wrong. I'm just wondering as well, your siblings' relationship with your grandma, is that similar? I'm just trying to see maybe how they might cope, or do you feel a bit maybe targeted by her?
Well, I've always been targeted by her, definitely. And all throughout childhood, I was targeted by her. But as we've gotten a bit older, there's been, when my sister and my little sister got married, there were incidents that happened with my aunt and with my grandmother, and they acted really immaturely, and they really hurt my sister. And that's when she really started to see the light and see the manipulation and see everything. And then when my mom and my aunt had a massive falling out, my sister was there, and she was watching my mom cry, and saw my mom in massive distress. And so I think it's really harmed her relationship with my grandmother, because she's seen how my grandmother has hurt me in pieces, seen how she's been manipulative, and then seen with how she's hurt my mom. And so she hasn't really had much of a relationship. She's now pregnant, and so I know she recently told her that they were having a child. And so I haven't really touched base with her on how the conversation went. But I do know that she did talk to her and sit down with her at that point, because they didn't want her to find out
course, yeah.
My brother, on the other hand, he's very ignorant to the whole thing for the most part.
Mhm.
Like, he's so much younger than me. He's 8 years younger than me. That he
Okay.
just escaped all of that.
Mhm.
There's been a few things, but overall, they have a decent relationship. But he's also a guy, and I just feel like she responds differently in that circumstance.
Yeah, and that is normal as well sometimes for it to be a different dynamic between males and females. But yeah, I think there's a lot we can do here and talk through, and we have a nice amount of time to really get you set up for going home and in that headspace. I'm just conscious of the time, this is us finishing up for today, but if the same time suits you next week, we can definitely continue on then.
Yeah, I think it will. Yeah, it will.
Too easy. Well, I'll put it in provisionally, and maybe I can get the receptionist to give you a call during the week to confirm it.
Oh yeah, that would be good. A reminder would be really helpful.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
That's fine. And yeah, in the meantime, just start thinking about how it would feel to walk away and stand up for yourself and question things. And yeah, I think you'll be really good going home for the holidays.
Okay, thank you so much.
All right, great to meet you, Kate.
Yes,
Thanks,
you as well.
Kate. Bye.